Ron,
That's good enough. What's up?
how long have you been watching South Park?
I have been watching South Park for, okay, that's 5th grade. Damn, I would actually have to do this in my head or some shit like that.
Do it in your head. Just take a second. He's doing the math.
It has been 14 years I've been watching South Park.
Oh my god. 14 years, it's been destroying your brain.
Destroying my brain, no.
Yeah.
I've been watching South Park for 14 years, and I have been living South Park for practically 14 years. Yeah. But over the years, as I've been a huge fan of South Park, I've often been told that I would love Family Guy. Which is not cool. That's just
Not the case.
That's not cool. I never saw Family Guy
Yeah. Until when?
until the episode of South Park when they made fun of Family Guy.
What did they say about it?
In the episode, what season? It was like 10 or 11.
Oh, it doesn't matter. What
It definitely
happened?
wasn't season
What
9.
happened in the episode?
Okay, in season 10, it's called Cartoon Wars, the South Park episode, and yeah, definitely it had to be season 10. It was pretty close to when Chef died. Season 10, Cartoon Wars. Yeah, in that episode, they brought Family Guy to the main front, and how people would compare Trey Parker and Matt Stone to Family Guy, and how they actually would talk to them. Like how fans would be like, "Oh my God, you make South Park. This is a super funny show. We think your humor is great. You would love Family Guy." And in that episode, Cartman's like, "No, no, 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 no." And in the South Park episode, they actually describe why they don't like Family Guy. How it's not a plot-driven joke system or anything. It's just a random jokes, bringing it out here and there.
Yeah.
And I'd never seen Family Guy until I watched that episode, so I was like, okay, fine. I don't know anything about it. But I knew friends who liked it. I just hadn't seen an episode because I didn't really care that much. So I finally watched an episode of Family Guy. It had to be one of the worst shows I ever saw.
Well, have you ever?
Oh, I also thought Family Guy was the worst show in television until I saw the Cleveland Show. I had no idea what was happening in that show.
I've never watched it.
I guess, I don't know. I'm not racist or anything like that, but when I watched that show, I was like, what is this? This is Family Guy with black people. I was like, what's the difference? Like, I didn't really, I didn't get it. Don't get it at all. Yeah, so that's how I feel about South Park versus Family Guy.
You
Yeah, just
never
in PE.
played sports like on a team.
No. I'll just sit at home and watch South Park.
Oh God.
That's a sport, okay? And that's how I know so much about South Park.
The sport of being lazy.
The sport of watching South Park and gaining knowledge about South Park. It's a contemporary show. It talks about contemporary issues.
That sounds like contemporary bullshit. That's what that sounds
That is
like.
not contemporary bullshit. That is contemporary awesome. I like that. Contemporary awesome. When I'm going to talk about South Park now, I'm going to not describe it as a comedy show. I'm just going to describe it as a contemporary awesome show.
Oh my God.
Just like Star Trek. Contemporary awesome.
Isn't that futuristic?
It's futuristic in the sense that they take the time period and say it's futuristic, but it is not futuristic in the sense that it is an actual future issues thing. So it's a futuristic society where they take contemporary issues and broadcast it into the future. So we can see it on a different level. So we can take into account spaceships and whatnot. So in Star Trek there was a whole issue about women being on ships and equality towards women and minorities and just different people. And in Star Trek, they, like, obviously Spock was slightly different because he's a Vulcan. But they tried to make it show that no matter what, it's based on the merit of the person instead of their actual skin color and whatnot.
That's beautiful.
That is beautiful. That's why it's contemporary awesome.